Hi, welcome to um Ocean's Mirror. So I already seen that people's already come here and already started their foolishness already. Okay, I already said there's nothing wrong with people hanging flags, right? Because everybody hangs the flags. Look, like when it's Jubilees, when it's D-Day, when it's V-Day, when it's all that. Is when it gets to erase, when it gets to that on that tone. There is nothing wrong with loving your country, right? Even people who's brought up in other countries, such as the West Indies, the Jamaica, which is a very good example because everybody likes Jamaican stuff, jerk chicken and all that, right? They love their country, don't they? So why are you coming into the chat? I haven't even started the stupid thing yet. Right. This is why I don't like to talk about the politics because it just gets so stupid. People get all whatever. You don't think about it. After you done the marches, then they start putting on extra laws and extra stuff, right? Right. They already have sort of army stuff around certain parts of London, right? So you're telling me I'm lost. I'm not lost. I'm just looking at the bigger picture and what's going on and what you're doing. Because for people, if it was like a free speech festival, certain things that would not go on would not have gone on, right? On top of that, right? After people went to the march, what did they do? They went and they had what did they had? Immigrants food. You basically had onion bhaji or whatever. So you're saying to the right, I'm saying yes, if they are coming here and it's under war and it's under certain circumstances, as long as it's not a criminal, whatever, that's fair enough. It's when you start tarnishing everybody with the same brush, right? Like when you start chanting racist slurs, which is what Jedi caught his friend from Labrick Grove, who hangs out with a bunch of people. I'm not gonna say like whatever, because once you put it down to color, they say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, it's always." It is a racist march. It's quite clear to see what's going on, what it is about, right? Fair enough. When you did the Britannia, what did I say? It's good that the Britannia, that people was talking about the Britannia because the government was making money off of the migrants, right? So what they did instead of putting them somewhere else editable, they stuck them into the Britannia, which means that how people who wants to go in there and book the Britannia couldn't go in and book the Britannia, right? Right? But ain't it strange when I'm talking about Kabbalah and certain stuff, right? People don't look at that though. But as soon as I start talking about racist stuff, oh, what are you saying? No, what I said is I even went and I researched about the Britannia and everything else, right? And when you have children chanting certain stuff already on the streets already, like I said, racism is taught, right? It's not learned, it's taught, right? So me, I can go and I can program my child and think in a certain way, and then she won't want to play with certain types of people. But I don't choose to do that, right? So, like what you are doing, right? Fair enough. Yes, be proud of your country. Nobody else there be proud of your country. Like it doesn't make sense what is going on. Plus, it's the race undertone, right? The racist undertone, right? Let me see if I can get a video to prove my point. I just came across one now. Okay, let me give an example right now. Right, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Nothing wrong. No one's saying what you're doing is wrong. It's how you're doing it.
No. I'm walking next to you.
So explain me what are they shouting then? What are they shouting? What are they shouting? And another thing, even like me, I think me and other people are thinking when people come to England to look at the sites, right? And they're from different countries. So when you are chanting certain stuff, right? There is nice sites over here. There is real nice sites over here, right? The Glastonbury, there's Stonehenge, there's Buckingham Palace. People all over the world come down to see the sites. So they're meeting you guys saying what you're saying. Obviously, what is it going to look on the outside? So they are not welcome neither, right? So there is numbers of ones I want to hit today because even Jedi catch his friend, right? His friend on at the thing, right? Shouting all that. He had to go and say to him, but you'll be here or whatever. But you're around Ladbroke Grove, around these types of people and all that stuff, right? Jedi went down there and was actually trying to find out the reasons, like to have a conversation, which is what you do. You really try to find out the why you think like that, or why are you putting everybody in that same pot? Because not everybody's like that, right? Yes, some people come from migrated families, like the Windrush was asked to come here, right? Then there was a scandal that was sending them back home. Sometimes they got the papers wrong, sometimes they got different things wrong, but it's not racist. They're saying in the comment in the chat, but it's not racist. Right? So Jedi was down there, right? Jedi online was down there and he saw somebody he knew. Is it gonna play? No, it's playing. Yeah, it's really playing. Okay, Jedi saw somebody. Let me take it off the screen. Maybe that's what it is. All right, let me take it off the screen. Jedi saw somebody down there, and he said to the guy, "Why are you chanting NF, which is Nazi chants?" He said, "Why are you doing that?" He said that how he goes to him, "But you'll be hanging out with us and stuff like that. Hi, sniper, right? But you'll be hanging around the peoples and stuff like that." Now it chooses to play up and all that. He said to the guy, why? He was like, why? He was really curious. Like, he wasn't being rude to the guy. He wasn't saying, oh, whatever, why you got your flags? Da, 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 da. He tried to literally debate with them. He tried to understand. He tried to understand them. Okay. Nobody's not going to stop me now. Right, he saw his friend there. He saw his friend. So he said to his friend, what are you doing? You know what you're chanting like?
Huh? Alright. See this NF thing that you're screaming, yeah? That's a madness, bro. Like, that's an actual madness, bro. Yeah, but you don't shout that, bro. So tell me, what's NF got to do with this? Why are you shouting NF? Why are you shouting NF? Why are you shouting NF? Huh? He did. Multiple times. You're gonna lie. You can't lie and say you never said that NF. What is it? What has NF to do with it? Let me chat to your uncle. Tell him that I'm your mate. Tell him I'm your mate. You know my name. Tell him my name. What's my name? Jedi. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying after this, you're gonna go back to Ladbroke Grove and chill with your black mates and be screaming out NF. Yeah, you are. You're my friend. Huh? He's my mate. He's my mate. I know him. Yeah, he's screaming NF. Yeah, he's saying NF. He's saying NF. So what? Talk to me, man. Where's your uncle? Who's your uncle? Who's your uncle? Him. You blaming him for saying NF. You're blaming him. You said my uncle said it. You're saying NF, and I know you. So I want to know. I just want to talk to you, bro. We're mates, bro. We're mates. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah. But we sit and have coffee together and smoke spliffs together on Portobello Road.
Yeah, pretend he doesn't know him.
You've never smoked a spliff. All right, well, I bought you a beer multiple times. Yes or no? Yeah. So now you don't know when I bought you a beer. Are you disowning me? He's my friend. No, he's my friend. He's my friend.
Right. So, right. And I also heard, right, that even people working with my child, one of my children, they was even quite proudly saying they was down there. So can you imagine, right? You're working with these people. You're walking on the road with these people. They're your neighbors, all that stuff, and they're at a march like that. So how else am I supposed to word it? Oh, it's not racist. How else am I supposed to word it? And it's quite obvious what it is. Okay, it's quite obvious what it is, right? It just reminds me of This Is England. Right? If you've seen This Is England, I can't think of all the other ones right now off the top of my head. Right? It reminds me of that. Right? So think about it. I'm walking down the road. Right? My children's going. I'm gonna put it like this: children's going to the school, the same school, and all that stuff. And your parent or you're down there, because there was children down there as well. There was children down there chanting all sorts of stuff. So how am I supposed to take it? They said that how I shouldn't word it because they're being patriotic. There's nothing wrong with there's being patriotic, right? Which is what I do sometimes when I talk about Trinidad and I talk about certain parts West Indies where I come from. Well, not where I come from, where my parents come from. And then I talk about the food and I talk about the sites, I talk about the places, and I talk about this, that, right? Right? That's obviously right. Yes, right. You're loving the place where the parents come from. I was born here. So you know, they right. They was like anti-racist and racist down at the Whitechapel yesterday. or was it yesterday, Saturday. It was like something in the air. Everybody was quiet. Everywhere was quiet. You go out, it's like tension everywhere. Everywhere is tense because when things like this is happening, it has an effect. That's what people don't understand. They just don't understand. They don't see the bigger picture. There's an effect, right? There's an effect, right? You in turn end up not trusting your neighbor because you're looking at them sideways, like, you know, I mean, like even how you're coming in the chat doesn't make me understand. I think for a content creator, I'm quite more understanding. I literally went and I said, "Wow, the people is protesting about the hotel." Right, I went, I digged in, and I looked into the Britannia Hotel. Why? Who's getting the money? There's a whole heap of money being exchanged. There's a whole heap of money being exchanged. When they're going to put certain things in place when it comes to election, there's a whole heap of unrest at the time, right? Last summer, same thing, same time, unrest, right? To this summer, same thing. There's a pattern. There's a pattern. Gotta be. Right? If you can't see what's going on, I can see what's going on. Once they start putting in IDs and all this, the passports even change. The passport don't even look the same. One time they had a barcode in the passport, right? Not a barcode, a chip, right? Once the chip starts going to something else, it changes to something else. You just take something like unrest, then a new law come in. Even while they were protesting, there was a law put in place for protesting. Why there was protesting, right? Right. Just that some of the levels, it was crazy. People running around one side, running around the other side, trying to get in this way, trying to get in that way, right? Yes, they shouldn't bring in under how they bring them in. No, they shouldn't, right? Yes, I'm in agreement with some of the argument, but the way you're going around about it is totally wrong. It's literally wrong, right? Right? And and to be honest, racism never died, because when you're listening to certain radio stations, they say, "Oh no, I can't talk. I got to talk PC. I got to talk PC." But if it's in reverse, oh, they're terrorists, they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that, right? Like I said, that's why I said I didn't want to talk about Charlie Kirk. When I found out who he was, what did I say? I said, you know what? I ain't saying none, because it ain't gonna be nice what I'm gonna say, and obviously people's gonna disagree with what I gotta say. So before I say something, right, and it hurts my channel, I ain't gonna say nothing. But on this, but when it comes to this now, because like what they said, like racists be in suits, right? They're being suits, right? It's a different type. It's a different type now. They're businessmen. They're this ones. They're teachers. They're they're in all walks of life, right? You don't know until they say something to you, right? So you go in there and you're doing that now. So you're saying, oh no, oh, they're saying we're racist. Can't we be patriotic? Yes, you can be patriotic. England's always been a patriotic place. There's always been patriotic place. Flags was always flying for a long time, right? I did actually highlighted where the flags was highlighted from a long time. It's not just now. It's not just now, not just recently. Flags was always up. So just that one flag particularly as well carries a racist tone. The St. George's flag, which is not even English. He's Palestine or somebody, some next place. He's not even. It's not even an English flag. It's not even an English flag. Then, then when Jedi is trying to reason with them now, because Jedi was trying to reason with them. Yeah, props to him. Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. When Jedi tried to talk to them now, right? You know, obviously there's people who wants to find out, okay, what is the undertone of it, right? They will come and they'll talk to you. Like even me, I've reasoned with people who thinks a certain way. Sometimes I don't agree with it. I just want to know the why and why you think like that and how and you know, it doesn't make no sense. That's why I don't like. I literally don't like the word that N word so much. I don't like it, right? But obviously, when there's people like Velvet and that saying it, I don't know how to take out the word. I don't know how to take it out, but it's not. It doesn't sound good because people use it as a slur and stuff like that. That's why when what happened with Dr. Amira's platform, when I had to say, you know, why you say ninja, whatever, it doesn't matter when you said it, whenever. It could be 10 years when you said it. Why would you say that? It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't like this right now, the way how it's looking, it is there's 10. Okay. Sorry, it keeps popping out. It does that all the time. I don't know what is wrong with it. Have you looked into Jordan, the old man arrested first at the campus? He's also arrested at Boston Marathon. Oh no, I've never. I've heard about. Was that the one who tried to unalive people at the Boston Marathon? Right? Is it that person? Because even Charlie Kirk, right? There was hoping it was an ethnic that unalived him. Then when they found out it wasn't what they thought, now they're still carrying on the hate parade. It doesn't make no sense. Like, right, right. People's been asked to. There was people that yes, the ones who was asked to come to England, fair enough, and fight for the war and all that stuff. But later on, what did England do later on to them? There was a Windrush scandal. There was all sorts going on. Um, um, I'm not. Why it's crazy. Yes, there is there is pedophiles coming all colors of the rainbow, all nations. There's good and bad in every nation. No nation is untouched. There's good and bad in every nation. Literally, literally. Even sometimes I have to come to that realization myself. Though some is very much underlying racist on unaliving. So how am I supposed to think when you are saying that? Oh, he's a crisis actor. And I keep hearing about these crisis actors. For the first time I actually seen who what's that one? That group. There's a group and they said that they just turn up during riots and stuff and they cause a lot of drama. For the first time I saw Antifa for the first time. I used to hear about them all the time. Then I watched certain videos and you actually see them there. You actually literally see them there. They'll be the ones in black, sometimes dressed in black, causing drama in the riot or whatever. They'll be the ones doing the worst damage in the riots. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Hold on. Doing it wrong. Right. So then he tries to reason with them. He tries to reason with them, right? Now, now he is a legend in my eyes because he went and he tried to reason with them. Now, there's nothing wrong with reasoning with somebody sitting down on a table and reasoning with them. Hold on, let me see if I can get it because it's going to be doing a lot of stopping and stuff, and it's going to irritate me, and I'm sure it's going to irritate you. Oh, it's going to do a lot of stopping.
Trillions over the last fucking 40, 50
And how
Every time I move it, it goes a bit weird. So it's something else. AI will organize all funded. Yes, AI has a lot to do with it because it does. AI is good. It has its uses. Yes, it's like it doesn't want to. I don't know how I got it to play the last.
that's
geopolitics. That's a lot more complicated.
It doesn't want to do it now. When I come off, it plays. When I'm on it, it doesn't want to play. Yeah, he was basically asking him like, no, the guy said to him, we've given aid to many countries and stuff like that. So Jedi said, how much have we taken, have we destabilized out of the countries? How much have we taken out from the countries? Oils, foods, what else? Foods, different types of foods that come over. I think gas, minerals mainly, because I know they don't get it from here, they get it from other countries and they pump it into Europe or however it goes, right? I think that's how it goes. So that's what he was trying to explain to him. Yeah. We don't play on here. If it doesn't play, I'll play it the other way. Because it's just like, boy. And then there was a West Indian man that was there, and he was saying, oh, oh, here it is.
much have we made? But people try. How much have we made? We have this conversation about history, right? If we've given all this in aid around the world, how much have we made from other countries? What their backs? No, now, destabilizing. Is it too complicated? I'm responding to him because he said wait. So, once we have taken, we have given back as well. Have we given more than we taken? Have we given more than we taken? I'll tell you why. One Nancy Prince Charles, one diamond in his fucking crown. We got
Right. So Jedi was going to explain about the diamonds that's in the crown, where it comes from, etc., etc., etc. See, this is why, right, you have to know the knowledge of the country in which you are living in, right? Right, the country of which you are living in, because even in the British Museum, if you go in there, right, you'll see all the stuff from different parts of the world, right? There's a Babylonian exhibition that used to be in the basement. When you go in there, you'll see it, right? You'll see you'll see certain stuff, and you're like, oh wow, like they have a lot of stuff in the British Museum, right? When you go to certain places, they have certain plants that you'll never think will be over here, right? So it's more takers, right? So when they give aid to certain places, what he's saying, like Ethiopia, remember back in the day, in the 90s, I think it was, when they used to show Ethiopia and they were starving and stuff like that, and they used to give aid to them and stuff like that, that how they should be given back to them now. Some parts of the third world, right, is still paying back certain European countries their debt, right? I don't even know whether it's clear. That was France or Haitians and etc. Because most of these countries are all linked to each other. They all had a piece of the pie of Africa. Certain places they traveled, they plundered, taken, however you want to take it, right? 95 of that museum stock will never go on display. Yes, true. And they have it hidden in vaults and stuff like that. Because most of the stuff what they're taking and is hidden, right? So you are marching, right? And you're saying all this. Some people, when they find out the mixes to who they are, yes, they look white on the outside, yes. But then there's other mixes and mixes and mixes and mixes and mixes. England was becoming what I say a multicultural. I always call it a multicultural Dutch pot. It's a multicultural Dutch pot, because like you can come into certain parts of London and then you can eat food from around the world. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes, right, before you go to another part of the world, you can eat it, you can talk to the people, learn a language, be able to talk to the people in the language, right? There is nothing, I don't, right, but like I said, and I'll repeat again, yes, if a migrant is coming and they are a criminal and they've done certain things in their country, they shouldn't be here. No, they shouldn't be here. Right, they shouldn't be here. They should get all that checked and they shouldn't be allowed in, right? And the fact that they come over, then they continue in the country, no, it shouldn't happen, right? But then the other day, a whole Sikh girl, I think it was raped as well. So what are you doing? What was that proven? Why are you raping that girl? What are you proving? I'm not saying all go into the same pot. No, the two who did it, right, was in the wrong. So I don't know how else like to say. Yes, in my opinion, yes, right. Like obviously after the march, there's tensions. There's tensions all around. Right? You're walking, and everybody's cool and everything, but you're thinking in the back of your mind, that person hates the skin I'm in, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Right? You're thinking, people think like that, right? People stay in their communities because some of them are scared to venture out or venture out their communities or whatever the case may be, right? Yes, a person, when they're in a country, whether you'll be in Spain, Brazil, wherever, yes, you should learn the language. You should learn the language. There's nothing wrong with you learning the language, learning English as a second language, be bilingual if you have to go down that road. There's loads of bilingual people around the place. But don't lodge everybody in the same pot, because some of them be literally have takeaways. They be paying into the economy as well, right? They're paying into the economy, right? Maybe some workers don't come under the right way, but the person who is getting the workers in, paying into the economy. The majority of the people that is doing road sweeping is not even from this country. Most of the nursing homes not from this country, right? Most of the NHS not from this country. So when you're saying certain stuff, you have to think about where your parents is, all that stuff. Even after the march, where did they head to? They head to an onion bhaji stand. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't even fish and chips or none of that. After giving all them speeches, some of them don't even know why they was there. Why they was there. Some of them don't even know, right? They came because obviously the person, we know who was there, whatever, was there. But anyway, the part I want to give, I don't even think I'll be able to show it. I don't think I'll be able to show it on here. It's the Elon Musk speech. Right, the Elon Musk speech.
Giving the British public access to the truth and giving us free speech and fighting for our free speech. So on behalf of Great Britain and the British public, we're incredibly grateful for them.
George Orwell. George Orwell. Okay. George Orwell's book, right? I remember seeing that 1984, is it 1984 book where it was a Big Brother state. It was a Big Brother state, right? So does that mean that how a Big Brother state is going to be coming here soon? Because if he is inspired by George Orwell and all that, right? Does that mean that that's coming here? Elon Musk himself he's not even American. He's not even American, right? But yeah, you lot should see who he is. He come from an apartheid. He was from the apartheid regime of South Africa, and that's where he bridged off of. He's actually from South Africa, literally.
These things, he would want freedom of speech. He would want the people to know what's real. He want the people to fight against government oppression.
But they're going to make it more oppressive by doing this action. Do they not think that how the government is going to put in more stuff in place, right? Because remember, they couldn't rebel in George Orwell's story. They couldn't rebel. They couldn't do nothing. Every time one of them rebelled, right, something would happen to them, right? They'd be unalived or whatever. Tommy is repurposing the nation rightful infiltration for the Israel interest. They bang on immigrants issue as if the worldwide 2020 Indian mix genocide never even happened. All's forgiven. Just stop the stop the cap. Exactly, no. But hear what he says though.
We are incredibly grateful for your time. We know what a busy man you are. Why is it important for you to be here today speaking at this United Kingdom event?
Stop the boats.
I'm of primarily British heritage, British ancestry. I want Britain to be greater than it has been. I want Britain to remain Britain. I think that there's something beautiful about being British. Destruction of Britain. initially a slow erosion, a rapidly increasing erosion of Britain with massive uncontrolled migration, a failure by the government to protect innocent people, including children, who are getting gang raped. It's unreal. The government has failed.
Yeah, a girl who was what was she? A Sikh girl was raped, right, by two men. Is that okay? But there's pedophiles in all nations. Once again, there's pedophiles in all nations. There's pedophiles in all nations, literally. Right? They come in all shapes and sizes. All nations. Yeah, they mention Orwell because he has a Zionist. I hate when people say Zionist. George Orwell. I did a live on George Orwell's book or the movie and how it was set. What they're set to happen is a policing state coming in. They've been talking about this policing state for a long time. They're saying something about IDs and this, that, and little bits and pieces. They'll be throwing in little things here and there, here and there. They say the odd thing, but then people don't look beyond. They don't look beyond that. I think. Let me see if I can find my. I think my George Orwell. That is a bigging up. Hold on. George Orwell is something big. George Orwell was a Big Brother state. They weren't allowed to breathe. They'd be watching them 24/7. The character had to hide a book. He wasn't even allowed to read a book. He weren't allowed to do nothing. Hold on, I think I found it. Let me see if I can get to it. George Orwell. Okay. 1984. The book's called.
Earl Cusack. The film follows the life of Winston Smith, Hurt, a low-ranking civil servant in a war-torn London ruled by Oceania, a totalitarian superstate. Smith struggles to maintain his sanity and his grip on reality as the regime's overwhelming power and influence persecutes individualism and individual thinking on both a political and personal level. 1984 was Burton's last screen appearance. It was released 2 months after his death and is dedicated to him. The film was released in the United Kingdom on October 10, 1984, by Virgin Films. It received positive reviews from critics, and was nominated for a BAFTA Award for Best Art Direction, and won 2 Evening Standard British Film Awards for Best Film and Best Actor. Plot edit.
And inside of the house, all parts are inside the laptop, inside the LC. I'm gonna play a slice of.
Scattered about London, there were just 3 other buildings of similar appearance and size. So completely did they dwarf the surrounding architecture that from the roof of Victory Mansions you could see all 4 of them simultaneously. They were the homes of the 4 ministries between which the entire apparatus of the government was divided. The Ministry of Truth, which concerned itself with the news, entertainment, education, and the fine arts. The Ministry of Peace, which concerned itself with war. The Ministry of Love, which maintained law and order. And the Ministry of Plenty, which was responsible for economic affairs. Their names in Newspeak: Mini True, Mini Pax, Mini Love, and Mini Plenty. The Ministry of Love was the really frightening one. There were no windows in it at all. Winston had never been inside the Ministry of Love, nor within half a kilometre of it. It was a place impossible to enter except on official business, and then only by penetrating through a maze of barbed wire entanglements, steel doors, and hidden machine gun nests. Even the streets leading up to its outer barriers were roamed by gorilla-faced guards in black uniforms, armed with jointed truncheons. Winston turned around abruptly. He had set his features into an expression of quiet optimism, which it was advisable to wear when facing the telescreen. He crossed the room into the tiny kitchen. By leaving the ministry at this time of day, he had sacrificed his lunch in the canteen, and he was aware that there was no food in the kitchen.
He basically weren't allowed to read a book. He basically weren't allowed to be in love. They weren't allowed colour. They weren't allowed food or nothing. They was getting unalived for the simplest thing, right? So when you are referring to that, that's very scary thought that you would think that that is good, that's normal, that's not normal, that's not living, right? That's existing, because you're existing to work for this industry, government, whatever. You are like the machine that's working the place. That's what I feel the book was trying to say. It was trying to also highlight how the Big Brother state was organizing stuff, like, you know, where they have them like different ministries for different things, right? So when you're referring to Orwell's book, right, you have to look a lot more further into it, because there's many twists and turns in that book. I only just touched a little bit, or probably the surface of it. I'm sure people went a bit more deeper into that book. So when he's talking like this, I'll be thinking to myself, so what are they bringing next then? Because he knows, because he's there with he's there up with the elites. He's not at the bottom, right? He's not at the bottom, as people talk about the working class man and woman and all that stuff. They're not looking at that. Even the veterans that have fight for England get treated bad. I even highlighted that at one point. I think I've highlighted that because I feel that's important that people think about that, because they are homeless. They don't get given nothing. Even Ringo Vision, and the reason why I bring Ringo Vision into this, because when he spoke to the guy in Brixton, there was a guy. He was a war veteran and he was homeless. He was sitting near the train station as well with a signboard, and he was saying what has been done to him as a veteran. Though there are many veterans out here who's done the war and all sorts of stuff and get nothing in return. So when you're talking, right, and you're talking about oppression is all the way around. It's all the way. It's not just for one particular set of people. It's not just for another set of people. It's all the way around. And even the ones that is fighting to get back into certain places is difficult, because they put you in this situation where you cannot climb out of. And even if you try to climb out of it, they don't like it. So maybe when you're talking about protecting children, yes, no, and exactly the even the church have historical abuse. I covered all that too. So I'm not just looking at this like with rosy glasses. Oh my God. I even said the most scariest thing is when you think that your neighbor would unalive you. That is the truth. That's the truth, because it's happened in countries. So Like, so when you're talking about being patriotic, yes, but yeah, obviously, yeah, show the flags, yes. No one's not sending you not to. The flag's been around for a long time. Even me coming up in the 90s, however long I've been here, like on Earth, there was always flags in England. I don't know it to be anywhere different, to be honest. Princess Diana died, flags was up. VE Day, flags was up. When there's parties near, what do you call it? What do you call them? Neighborhood parties. You'll see all the bunty, the flags, all sorts of things. You see the British Bulldog. You see Charles's cup, Queen cup. You know. So what's so different now? What's the difference now? Right? And yes, the hotel was making bags of money off of the migrants. They made bags of money. They was getting paid by the government, literally. Literally. I did a video on that as well. But no, people don't look backwards. They think, oh yeah, because she's covered in Kabbalah all the time. Oh, this, that. No, there's a lot more going on than what you see is going on, right? There's a lot more going on. And Jedi, I'm glad that he went and he said to the guy, but I'm your friend. I'm your friend though. So what happened? You're not my friend no more. Like this, that, and the other. He probably known him for a long time for all we know. We don't know. People go to school with people, grow up with people, all sorts of things, go pub, go dances, you know. When you go to reggae dances, it's a mix. It's not always black people, loads of black people there sometimes. So what's going what I don't you know, yes, it is a racist march. That's what it is. Right? If you can't see it, I can see it. Right? If others can see it, if we all can see it, and you guys can't see it, well, I don't know. Then I don't know what to tell you. Because after this one, I'm going to try. Well, you know, I would say I don't try not to make these type of videos. I said I don't like talking about politics. That's why I started talking about the kingdom of Kabbalah, talk about my jazzy life. I go all the way. You can ask my subscribers who've been around me for a long time. I go all the way around. I try my best not to go on politics. I'll probably touch a little bit about deportation, maybe a little bit, and then I leave it, and then I go to something else. I literally don't like talking about politics because it is a trick. Is a trick. That's what it is. Because they trick you to thinking, oh, whatever. Oh, people don't want to do this. People don't want to this, that, and the other. People be in classes trying to do a lot of stuff, trying to get out of the situation they're in. Yes, back in the day, there used to be this thing where like people used to send money to Romania. I remember all that. Yes, people used to do that, right? But then again, right, people be in Spain and can't talk a lick of Spanish, right? But when someone comes here, they can't talk English. Some people, yes, and I was even mad at the ones who was bragging to the British people about, oh yeah, when you come over, you get a house, you get this. Why are you telling the people back home that? Right? Because what you are doing, right, you are setting propaganda, whatever else. And it's not all of them who do it, because some of them be suffering really in the quiet. Some of them be in the worst situation. They be living in the worst situation. They send them into places away from their families, communities, all sorts of things. It wasn't foretelling the future, as many poets will claim. It was revealing a secret post deleted from the approved history. And what the cowards don't understand is that government is bringing immigrants in to prop up houses prices. It's not a good economic policy, but they are all prepared to see house prices fall by more than half. Yes, a lot of things happen. There's a lot. Half of that, what you said, yes, for true. And I'm glad that you corrected me, right? Right. The book 1984 was really written about year 1884, funding of the Forbidden Society, Club of Zion. Okay. Oh, yeah, monarchy. I love the way they think all Vedas are Muslim. Pedophiles. Per se pedophiles, no. Pedophiles. Pedophiles are Muslim, but let the church walk freely. Amnesty, the Cowards Union Jackman is praised, but all the human trafficking, SH, child abuse goes through church and monarchy. Yes. Even one time, I think numbers of people show that video where that young boy was climbing out of Buckingham Palace's window and he was butt naked. Numbers of people. I remember. That's why they said that how they shut down all the conspiracy theorist people. The people was giving out information and they were saying, oh no, let's shut this down. Right? So because some of what the conspiracists were saying was right. They were on point. Georgia Stone, breaking, whatever's going on, truth. Right? Sometimes, right, I'll be thinking to myself, oh, what them conspiracy theorists, they were onto something. Some people's even run out of this country and gone to live somewhere else because they're fed up of what's going on. They're just fed up. Some of them live better lives in Jamaica or different places, right? But like I said, I don't like talking about the politics because people get all up in themselves. I just showed evidence of them doing the most. I even put a short video. You know why I turned off the comments? Because I know full people is going to come through and say stupidness. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all, right? Now, like I said, there's children who's got to go to school with these children who was at the protest, right? So the ones who's like okay with certain things, they trust in certain things, right? You're thinking, like, you know, there's people who's crowdfunding. They threw it out. They said they're gonna do a crowdfunding and tell people, send me money and I'll get out of the place. Some people's done that, right? So that is real. That is the reality of the situation, right? You throw in a little propaganda, you throw in a little whatever, you mix up with a little foolishness, you get the little hotheads coming in doing stupidness, and then it turns into a boiling pot of craziness, right? Even I said on my TikTok, why you lot are protesting? Do you not know the governments, they're setting up this, setting up that, they're setting up different things, right? And then the next guy will come in and say, okay, I'm gonna bring the country and make it great. Why are you singing like Mr. Trump? Mr. Trump right now has kind of stagnated his own country. Their farms are probably still not doing anything. Right? There was people farming, there's even people who was doing construction. Even one guy showed that how he had immigrant constructors, people constructing, right? Right? And then the guy said, yes, they come in on time, they do their work, they get paid, they go. Right? Some of them literally want to just work, some of them just want to work because some of them is the breadwinner of their family. If you know anything about some of the countries, right, their children comes the breadwinner of the family. They send them to learn the education, the this, the that, and then they come back, and then they come, and then it's like, you know, that's, I don't know what else. It's just crazy. Elon Musk, of all people, is like over here, like people just accept anybody. Oh, well, like he agrees with me. Okay, I accept him. No, you can't accept anybody. Crazy world. Crazy world. Hold on. Let me read. Oh yeah. Right. So yeah, babies, girls, and boys, girls, and babies. Yes, a whole heap of things was going on. Even the guy that I put on to the dark side of the ocean, you know what I mean? he was explaining about all the abuses he went through. He wrote a whole book. Michael Tangler, I think his name is. He went through hell. He went through hell. All them homes, boarding houses where like women, where young girls was going and they were having their babies. I've done it on this channel. If people go backwards, it says like, yes, look at the Kabbalah stuff, yes, but go a little bit backwards. It was all covered because especially when they put on certain bios on Netflix, and like you think to yourself, wow, they really did all that, even if you heard about it a couple of times. But when you actually go and look into the history and you see the places where they had boarding houses of girls who was raped by their fathers, uncles, God knows what. Then they had to go, they put them in some place to have the baby. Then they will, but the money will be exchanged for this child. It go to some people, like luckily if they go to a good family, they're lucky if they go to a good family, right? And I think in Ireland there was a boarding house for girls, and all the babies' bodies was in this place where they bury all these babies, right? Even there's so much history. It's crazy. Even till now, there's stuff going on now with children's concern, right? So, like, why wasn't you talking about protecting the children before and all this protecting the women? Pedophiles come in all colours and creeds and all sorts of shape and sizes and whatever, right? Even when I covered the honor killing over on the dark waters of Ocean Yummy now, that is recalled now. They even do that as well in between. And right, so like, but as I was told by one of the subscribers, there is good arranged marriages as well. So even me, I be learning stuff. So how come you guys can't learn there is some good people, and the bad ones, yes, you should take them out of the country. Yes, take them out. If they're bad, yes, take them out of the country. Yes. If they're not from here, yes, if you have to do it, do it. No one's not saying don't do it. Right? Right. If they have done a crime in their country, right, why are you bringing them over here for them to commit the same crime over here? It don't make no sense. People think James Bond is cool. M15 and M16 is doing all the trouble. So yeah, well, who knows? No, there's a whole heap of things be going on. A whole heap of things, not just now. So let's listen to what Elon Musk told the people then.
Its duty to protect its citizens, which is a fundamental duty of government. This has got to stop. There needs to be massive government reform in Britain. And the people need to be in charge, not some bureaucracy that doesn't care.
He said the people, meaning everybody.
Sending a message worldwide. Elon, you spent an incredible lot of money on X. Why is free speech so important to you?
Free speech, that's a kicker. Free speech, no. We've been in numbers of chats where they talk about this free speech, where people will put up certain information about certain stuff and then it gets taken down. Especially when it's to do with certain things that is going on that the wider people don't see. Numbers of channels got taken down because of that. YP, before he even turned crazy, had a wide range of stuff, of information that he was breaking down on certain stuff. They took that down. So free speech must mean hate speech, obviously, right? If you're hating, that's a good thing, yeah? Free speech, yeah? So, I seen loads of things censored. Even I've put up positive stuff on a channel and it got taken down. It was an empathy one. They don't want the people to wake up. They don't want the people to be awake. If you're awake and you're not like the sheep, right? It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. They take down the channels fast. They take them down fast. They don't play. So, you know, free speech. Because on X, like, you can sort of drop everything and you can say whatever. Sometimes even on X, you can't say everything what you want to say. I'm sure of it. They're taking down most of my lives from X, what I had there too, to do with the cult I was covering. And that's just awareness. Free speech.
To the truth of things without freedom of speech, without active debate. There's so many on the left that want to just crush debate and put people in prison just for talking, as you were.
Because of what they're saying sometimes. When you're talking about unaliving people and all that stuff, of course you're going to get put in prison. They don't want another Auschwitz, another happen. And yes, I use Auschwitz because that was the most devastating one of them all. Right? That was the most devastating. Right? So don't be shocked because I'm saying it. It was. Even to this day, there's one YouTuber went down there and it's so eerie. And when he's explaining about when they're coming out, they ain't got no idea what they're walking into. No idea.
Just for speaking their mind. The essence of democracy is it should be a government for the people, by the people. And in fact, this is a government against the people.
I don't even know whether YouTube will make me play all of this because you know, like they will start hating. They'll say, "Oh," they'll start hating. They'll start hating. Christchurch, the hospital, the bank, the prison, the supermarket, the law, the lodge, the police, the crime. So I'm just basically saying that I ain't saying no. Like I said, the flags was already up from long time. I know about Ireland going through what they had to go through before they got to where they are now. They had to fight for their freedom and all that stuff. Right? So, like, but this case, no, it's a different kettle of fish going on here right now. This is different. This is real. This is different energy now. Now, let me go back to the march because I don't want to play too much of that. In case... Oh, here we go. Oh, let me go.
We react, and they deliver the solution that they've already had. They're being manipulated. That's what's happening. This is pure manipulation. It's not an accident. It's deliberate. So that's what I'm trying to get people to refocus their minds. Yes, we can talk about the people in the thingy ones. Cool. But there's somebody above that wants none of us to go free. And that's what we need to be focused on. Because I think it's a big distraction. All these people coming together is amazing. If we all come together against the ruling class, then that would be perfect. But we're not going to do it. We're going to fight amongst each other. We're going to argue amongst each other. They're being shafted. We're being shafted. Everyone's being shafted. We're kept in a little barrel, fighting amongst ourselves, and we don't get no solutions. That's my belief. Right? So I happily stand with each and any one of you. Yeah? When it comes to getting back our sovereignty and freedom. As human beings, born on this land, where I can make lemonade. But I also don't want people coming over and attacking my kids or doing anything strange. Of course, yeah. All right, but the fact is, we are very concerned about child protection, and we look at the stats. Mate, you gave me a stat earlier. I didn't believe the stat. 10,000.
10,000, right? 6.5 British. That's not even white bears. That's British. Will commit a sex conviction of sex.
And even that, how he's saying, you see what I'm saying? He's flinged it the other way. Hold on, let me see. There's another part. Oh yeah, the children.
Yeah, what have I just seen? Yeah? What on earth have I just seen? Are you guys deep in what you lot just watched? These lot are literally swearing at Allah, bro. These lot are bad.
Now, we're not going to make it religious, okay? We're not going to go down the religious road. We're not going to go down the religious road. I just don't like how the children was shouting. That's the part I was highlighting there, right? But he did try to reason with them. He did. Jedi Online tried to reason with them. He did. I wish I can find it on here so I can show it properly so you guys can see how he tried to reason with them. Because he did. He did. Give him his props there. Oh, yes, he's got it on here. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to show it on here then. Oh, when the city adverts are gone. Right. Okay. So I'm going to show, so you can see it in image, because I know people don't like it when you just play the audio. They want to see and hear it, innit? Right. So I play the one where he met the guy and he spoke to him. His Moroccan friend. It's a Moroccan guy too. His Moroccan friend.
See this NF thing that you're screaming, yeah? That's a madness, bro.
Okay, no.
That's an actual madness, bro. Yeah, but you don't shout that, bro. So tell me, what's NF got to do with this? Why are you shouting NF? Why are you shouting NF? Why are you shouting NF? Huh? He did. Multiple times. You're gonna lie. You can't lie and say you never said that NF. What is it? What has NF to do with it? Let me chat to your uncle. Tell him that I'm your mate. Tell him I'm your mate. You know my name. Tell him my name. What's my name? Jedi. So I'm saying, yeah? I'm saying after this, you're going to go back to Ladbroke Grove and chill with your black mates and be screaming out NF. Yeah, you are. You're my friend. Huh? He's my mate. He's my mate. I know him. Yeah, he's screaming NF. Yeah, he's saying NF. So what? Talk to me, man. Where's your uncle? Who's your uncle? Who's your uncle? Him. You blaming him for saying NF. You're blaming him. You said my uncle said it. You're saying NF, and I know you. So I want to know. I just want to talk to you, bro. We're mates, bro. We're mates. Yeah, Tommy, yeah. But we sit and have coffee together and smoke spliffs together on Portobello Road. You've never smoked a spliff? All right, well, I bought you a beer multiple times, yes or no? Yeah. Oh, so now you don't know when I bought you a beer? Are you disowning me? He's my friend. No, he's my friend. He's my friend. I never said that. Come. He's my friend. Are you hearing me? I live in Ladbroke Grove. I live in Ladbroke Grove with him. What? You're the same what? NF? Fuck off what? Huh? He was saying NF. So, I can't hear you. Huh? Yeah. But what's that? But what's that got to do with NF? He's shouting at NF. I want to know. I'm British, yeah? I'm British. I'm British, yeah? But I'm supposed to stand here when you're screaming NF. While you're screaming National Front. So National Front, what are we doing? 1 minute you're screaming Tommy Robinson, then you're screaming NF. Go on. What? And you know what the joke is? You would stand here, say NF, 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 and go home to your Moroccan mum. You are Moroccan.
Ooh, I didn't hear all that. Oh, see? You see now? You see? Okay.
I know you're Moroccan, bruv. I know your mum. You live in Labatt Grove. We're brethren. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. He's my friend. No, I'm not. Who's beefing? Who's beefing? He's my friend. I'm talking to my friend. No, I'm talking to my friend. I'm talking to my friend. I'm racist. I'm racist. Why? Why am I racist? He said NF. Who's the pedo now? You're moving mad. I thought we was mates. What are you talking? Is that your nephew?
See? So, like, you see now, he's gone, he's faced him, and he said what he had to say. Then they got switched and said, oh, you're racist. He's telling him, but you're from a Moroccan mother. But, like, why are you doing this? Like, you know what I mean? It's, you know, what else does it look like? You're screaming chants, certain chants. That sounds a bit, you know.
He said, where's your uncle? Where's your uncle? You said you're with your uncle. Where's your uncle? Nah, but the thing is though, yeah? The thing is though, me and you are mates. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? Me and you are friends. Are we? No. He's shouting at NF. He's shouting at NF, but he's got a Moroccan mum and he's my friend. National Front. Right. So if he's shouting at NF and he's going to come back to Grove and be my mate, I look after him, you know. I look after him. Ask him if I'm lying. Ask him if I'm lying. What? Don't talk to me. You just called me racist for no reason. What do I? Huh? Yes, he did. All right, cool. Can
I get a couple words with you on camera?
1 second. Yeah, come.
Can I get a picture?
Yeah, go on then. Talk to me, man.
What's your name, first of all?
Yeah, my name's Jedi, man. My name's Jedi.
I'm just documenting this protest.
Yeah.
I'm not on anyone's side.
No.
I'm just wanting to see what happened. You said you've got a mate there who's from Madrid.
Yeah.
You shot Channel National.
Yeah. I there's a mate here who's half white, half Moroccan. Yeah. He's my mate. Like I've known him for years. Yeah. I chill with him. We smoke weed. Yeah. We drink alcohol on Bella with Moroccans, with blacks, with whites, Turkish, a lot of them. Right. He's always going on about how half his family's Millwall and that. I personally have said I want to manage him on social media because he's got such a great personality. He's got my phone number. I've got his.
Support your pet's gut microbiome.
Shouting Tommy Robinson. I'm filming it. Why everyone's shouting Tommy Robinson? He's in the middle saying NF. His mum's a hijabi at home right now. His mum is a hijabi, Moroccan woman.
Expose him, Jedi. Expose him. Because can you imagine, right? Can you imagine this is the person you're sitting and drinking with? I mean, I don't smoke, but that you smoke with and you're chilling with and there's mixtures of you and stuff, right? And she is a hijab wearing woman. And that's the same people he's talking against. Well, obviously he doesn't know himself. He doesn't know himself. And it's a shame because like you like so you're down there documenting the thing, which a lot of people was doing, documenting, archiving, however. And then you see this. Me, I'd be mad. I wouldn't even want to talk to the person after that. I was like, boy, forget that one. I don't want to talk to you. I don't see who you are. What am I talking to you for?
Yeah? And I'm his mate. And he's going to say NF, NF, NF. So I'm saying, what's that about? Tell me, what? He said, oh, my uncle. It's my uncle's here, that's why. I said, who's your uncle? His uncle's not there. He's lying.
What do you think this protest is about?
Huh?
What do you think this protest is about?
I think that this protest is about multiple different things for different people. For some people, it's a day out, a bit of booze. For some, it's a chance to maybe punch some people up. For some people, it's to protect the kids. For some people, it's to stop the boats. For some people, it's against Islam. So for some people, it's pro Tommy Robinson and pro Charlie Kirk. Different reasons for different people. Just like on that side over there, yeah? Some of them are going to be here for the refugees, some out for a day out, some out for blood. Who knows? Everyone's got different reasons. That's why you go around with a camera and you talk to individuals.
And talking does a lot, because that's when you learn what their purpose is there for. There's one lady, she said when she was up at the Britannia, I keep calling it the Britannia, the Britannia Hotel. She said she was there because something happened to her family, and the people who did it was immigrants. So then what she's done, she tarnished everybody with the same brush. She said, oh, because of that happened, I don't want them here, right? When really, so that's a personal angst she got with the immigrants, right? So like he said, everybody was out for all different reasons. Everybody's out for all different reasons, right? Some people's out for a fight, a kick up. Oh, let's go bash some heads. Some people's just out for day out. Some people just whatever. Yes, and I believe that was the case. Yeah, but what was the case is that how people had to stay inside, right? Because of this same march. Then as they're coming back from the thing, they're trying it with people, you know, getting all that with people. So yeah, that's why I'm saying it is racist. That's why I said it was a racist. You see, even he went and proved my point right there. You proved my point, right? Right? He see his friend and he's chanting whatever. He went and he said, "Why are you chanting that though?" But you know what that means, though. You know what that is. Why are you chanting it? That's what I said. But there's other parts of the Jedi online where he went and spoke to some of them and everything else. But now he's just gone and exposed his friends. So obviously today being Monday, Sunday was yesterday. Monday, Monday evening, people go hang out in the pubs and all that stuff and drinking wherever, like with your friend and whatever. And then you come to find out there was at the march. So how would you feel? I think Jedi feels kind of hurt. I think he's hurt. He can't believe it. He's like, wow. And you was my friend, and I was going to help you with your social media stuff and all that stuff. I saw something in you. I was ready to help you. And then this is where I see you. And it's not that he is like having a go at him. He just can't believe it. That's what's happened. So I'm not gonna be on here long. You know what I mean? I think I said quite a lot. But people that come into the chat before I even started the live and saying all sorts of things. You don't know what I'm gonna say. Why I think the way I think. Right? Some people ain't gonna be in agreement with what happened on Saturday. That's how it is. Some people ain't gonna agree, because they know why the marches happened, and because they see who the names that was said, the people who was there, and all that. They're thinking, oh, wow. So it's not a personal gripe, because I ain't got a personal gripe. Like I said, I grow up in this country seeing the Union Jack. Right. So I don't expect to see nothing else. It is England after all. I mean, what else would you expect when you're in a country and they don't fly their flag? When you go down to certain parts of like Buckingham Palace, I think Canterbury, I think certain parts, you'll see the flags there. The flags are there. The flags are there. When you go to certain foods, what they eat, you see the foods there. Yes, it's fusion now. There's other things going on. The change up. You know, spuds ain't the same. This ain't the same. That ain't the same. It's like you're trying to say, oh, well, they put out racist march. Oh, I shouldn't be patriotic. England's been being patriotic for ages. I don't expect nothing else than what it is. I expect nothing else. England is football, um, um, chips, fried chips, bangers and mash, eels. That's like, you know, bulldogs, British bulldogs. They chat their cockney. What's it? The queens with the diamond kings and queens. I don't expect to see nothing else than that. But there's other people here, yes. There's other mixes and stuff like that. But like, you know, the flags, I think the only time other flags only come out is when there's something going on. That's it. When there's something going on. Or when it's carnival, I don't even carnival. Well, that's a whole another conversation right there. Carnival, something going, you know. But like I said, yeah, I think I'll be disappointed to know that somebody I know is down there too. I'll be proper disappointed. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know how I would see them. I don't know how I would see them after that. I think I would completely lock them off after that. I don't know. I wouldn't even talk to them. But you see, he exposed him now. So, you know, so like I said, I'm going to leave it right here. I've been on here like an hour and how long now? So, you know, I don't like making it longer because people don't watch the whole live and stuff and get the fullness of what I'm saying. But like I said before, I even got to doing Kabbalah and their stupidness. I was doing other things too. I was looking into other things because I feel it's always good to know why people do why they do what they do. Why do they do what they do? Why are you protesting? Find out why. Because the hotels was housing the migrants. They're making money. They was making money. They're making hella money. Even probably and now and then they had to change. Oh, the hotels are closing down because the hotels are going to close down sooner or later. The hotels are going to close. Then now they're moving them to military base or somewhere else, some next place. But why would you put them up in hotels in the first place? Then then everybody's got in their mind. You're giving them all these things. You're giving them houses. You're giving them this. You're giving them that. You're giving them this. Some of them come here because of their mates, their friends, their families here. They end up in that place. That's why. Educate yourself. Come on now. You know what I mean? You know, England is what's it? I don't want to get it wrong. It is a Christian country, Christian Catholic country. I think Protestant is in there somewhere, but I think that's Scotland, Ireland, them sides there. So, you know, it's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture to this place. It's not just bangers and fish and chips and crumpets. There's a whole lot to this place. There's a whole lot mystical sites over here, Druids. You name it, they're over here. Druids, you can go to Glastonbury, you'll see Druids. You can go to Stonehenge, you'll see the stones. They do festivals, all this. What can I say? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not going to linger. I'm getting off. Thank you, Squirrel. God, I never forgot his name there. Squirrel Sniper for coming and No for coming. I'm going to go. And yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be Ross in these comments now because, you know, people's going, oh, no, you don't want us to be patriotic. You don't want us to do. It ain't about that. Well, I'm not. No one's looking. No one's saying you can't love your country. No one can't say you can't wear your Union Jack. I think what's happened is, right, people, because there's so much racist things around certain flags and certain this, people are kind of like, the Union Jack was always up all the time. Even when like the TV used to go off at midday, they'll have on the Union Jack, I think somewhere, I can't remember. They'll play the national anthem. Right, that's when the TV wasn't on 24 hours a day. When the TV used to go off about 12 o'clock, they will play the national anthem. You'll hear God Save the Queen. So, I don't know. Anyway, let me come off. I'll see you in the next one. Probably about Kabbalah or Jean Gashaw, because I want to talk about Jean Gashaw. I'm just so intrigued with them anyway. So, I'm waiting for them to leave Scotland. I'm waiting, not Scotland, to leave the area where they at. That's what I'm waiting for. So that's what I'm holding my breath for mostly, you know. So with that said, I will see you in the comments. Don't say nasty comments, I'll just delete ya. I ain't got time. I don't want to hear it. Right? You can explain yourself perfectly without being rude. And I'll say, okay, that's their point. Okay, all right. Right, so apart from that, I'm going to leave it right here. So with that said, see you later. Take care. Bye.